Good morning to one and all. This is Satish Kumar, assistant working as assistant professor in Department of CSE in Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology, LAM, Guntur. So, in this session, we are going to be discuss a very important concept that is related to the process called process control block in operating system. We will go to particular concept. So, what do you mean by process control block? For example, so I am P. Satish Kumar. What are the details about me means my name, my phone number, my email ID, my address, everything information about me is called information. In the same way, information about the process is stored in process control block. So a process has information, that is what kind of information that is stored in that particular process control block we will see. So the information associated with each process is stored in process control block. Here in the right side we will see the diagram that is which contains this is the called process control block. In this we have process states, process number, program counter, registers, memory limit and list of open files. So we will see one by one. First of all, process state. So as we know that a particular process from starting to ending, that is beginning to end, they will undergo in different states. We have five different states, that is new, ready, running, waiting and terminated. So in that, except from new and terminated, the process state may be any state except new and terminated. Next, for example, here the running and waiting, etc. What do we meant by process number? So here the process number is simply the unique number that is given by the operating system in order to identify that particular process by that operating system. Just like a student has roll number, which is used to identify that student by the faculty or the university, in the same way process number is nothing but the unique ID that is going to be assigned by the operating system to a particular process. Next, program counter. Here, so the program counter is nothing but a counter which stores only one instructions. That instruction is what is the next instruction that is going to be executed by the CPU or the processor. Next, registers. Coming to the registers, we have in the operating system we have many registers, so we call it as CPU registers. So in that CPU register, the contents of all process centric registers is stored in that particular registers. So in next, the CPU scheduling information like priorities, scheduling queues, pointers, so etc. will be stored in that particular registers. Next, coming to memory management information. Here the memory management information contains, that is memory allocated to a particular process. So a process is stored in primary memory from where to where, from starting address to ending address. What is the memory that is going to be used by particular process? Next, the accounting information. The accounting information is nothing but CPU used, utilized by that particular process, clock time elapsed since start and time limits. All information comes under accounting information. The finally, IO status information. Here IO means input output status information. So IO devices allocated to a particular process. For example, if the process is using the printer, so that is comes under IO in this session. If the process is using scanner, that is comes under in this section. And also the list of files that is opened by the process. So in order to do some work, we have to the process has to open some files, so that files is also comes under this session. So these are all the parts of that particular process control block. Next we will see the how particular CPU switch from process to process. So here in this diagram we are seeing the process P0 and process P1. So in the intermediate between the process P0 and process P1 is operating system. So this CPU, this diagram will show how particular intercommunication between the process is happen. So first of all, the operating system is assigned to the process P1, P0. So P0 is executing. So here we will see the timeline of that P0 and P1 here. First of all, so P0 is executing. When after that any interrupt from the operating system, that is by the system call, the state of the P0 until the execution is stored into the process control block of 0. Then afterwards, the operating system will be assigned to the process P1. So the process P1 information is stored in the process control block B1. So that is reloaded into the particular process P1. Then that operating system will executing that particular process. In the way the CPU is switching from process P0 to P1. Thank you. Thank you so much.